Hello and welcome to Loopy's Place. I'm Jane and I'm in my studio today and we're going to be talking about blocking embroidery. So over the last year I've been doing a community embroidery class which has been very enjoyable. But one of the issues that's come up against is how you prepare your embroidered piece for finishing once you've done. Now, I think we were over holiday, so somebody had finished their piece and actually had ironed it, pressed it, which flattened all the definition of the stitches. So she had never been aware that of how to damp stretch the fabric so that it got rid of all the creases but left the definition of the stitches that she'd worked so hard to produce. And that's what we're going to go into today. If you're into crochet or knitting, you may be familiar with blocking your finished garments, particularly with lace garments as well, shawls. That blocking process really gives that definition to the pattern. So I'm going to show you what we do. So just going to blow you down so you can see what I'm doing. So first of all, talk about materials. Here I've got some of these foam mats. I've got 2 packs of this so I can get to as big as I wanted to. If you've got a decent cork notice board, you can use that. You just want to make sure that it's good quality cork because otherwise what will happen is the cheap cork will actually bleed colour onto your piece and you don't want that. I have done it with towels on the floor and I've actually pinned through to the carpet. I've used the long pins that you can get for blocking knitted garments for doing that. This is still a bit slightly damp. I've just rinsed out the marks from the embroidery. Generally what I would do is I would pin it out and you could have a spray bottle of water and spray it once it's pinned. But as it's damp now, I'm just going to put it in and allow it to drain naturally. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to move it slightly this way because I want to start in the middle. I don't really want to do that on a join. So I'm using these like push pins, stainless steel, so they're not going to mark the fabric, but I'm going to put it near to the edge, so you're going to trim this anyway. So I'm just going to put that through there. I'm going to empty those out to give it more, and I'm just going to pull that taut. You're not pulling it too hard, just enough to stretch out, and I've got it cut through to the top of the table there. So you're going to work your way out each way from that side. So this is quite handy. I've got these ridges on here that I can use to line up. So I'm just going to work my way up, moving out from the center. And what it is doing on the way, it's taking out all those creases in between. So this may take a little while, so I will speed you up. So I'm just going to do a couple there. Oh, do be careful not to stick it in yourself. So if after you've pinned a few places and you just feel that the need that just needs tightening up a bit, then just go back and tighten that up. So on this bit here, I haven't got so much embroidery, so Move that across. So you can already see where it's beginning to straighten out. So some of this stitching here is quite dense, so that will have a greater pull on it. So we're going to go round and do this once, like we've got one side done. As we do the other side, that will allow us to come back and readjust any of these points as we need to. So now I'm going to be doing this side. So I'm taking stock of where the edges are, so I can work out where to be putting fabric. Again, starting in the middle. So I had somebody once describe this to me as fabric having a memory, and as we've dampened it, allow it to dry, it goes back into that state that it started. So here I can see I've got a bit of give in this side. I'm just going to bring that out, and I'm just going to adjust these bits at the side to match up. So as you can see now, this is all getting taut in the middle, and it means it's nice and flat. And the results are definitely worth the process. It may take a little bit of time to do, but the results are so much nicer. So it's not about getting it all into the right position to start with. It's one of those things that as you work your way around the fabric, you're able to manipulate and pin it out so it's nice and smooth. So this would be suitable for any embroidery, cross stitch, tapestries. I've got the process of finishing for a project that one of my boys started when he was young. Never finished it, found it during a tidy up, finishing that, and that's the cross stitch on canvas. And I will be doing exactly the same process with that. So now I can see all that fabric is nice and flat. I'm going to leave that to dry. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow, so that will give it 24 hours to dry. That will be nice and flat. It will look like you've pressed it, but then it'll be ready for me to work on. So this is going to be made into a cushion cover, and that's going to be the centerpiece. And having damp stretched it, it will look the part. So I hope you found that interesting. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll come back and answer them when I can. I will reshare this project on the blog so that I can update you with photos of how it looks like, of what it looks like when it's done. Do click subscribe below, hit the bell, and you get notifications when new content is added. I'll be back very soon, but in the meantime, do take care. Bye for now.